from Fox 4. Good Day continues at 6 a.m.
Freezing rain is going to turn into, well, something else as we wake up in the 20s right now, colder in some areas, and it's going to get even colder than that. Evan and Kylie are here, and of course Chip is watching the roads. Of course he is.
And more neighborhoods seeing power outages as ice is building up on the trees and the power lines. The state promising we're not going to see a repeat of last February's deadly storm now.
And a good day to stay home. If you do have to get out, you may be looking for the trusty old windshield scraper, unless, like at my house, you can never find it when you need it. We have live reports from across North Texas. I'll find it like Tuesday of next week.
When you don't need it, right.
Back up in the 50s, yeah. Good morning. It is Thursday, February 3rd. I'm Tim Ryan.
I'm Lauren Prisbel. Thanks for starting your morning with us. It is icy out there. The roads are slick. And we've got some major power outages as well in some spots. We turn to Evan right now with what we're expecting. Eek.
Well, it wasn't as much of an eek about 6 hours ago, but
right.
Yeah, now it's definitely in that ballpark. Better than last year. I mean, we had a couple of days last year, Chip, when the highs were 10 and the wind chills were 20 below zero.
Yeah.
So this is a little better than that, but not feeling great out there.
Not great, yeah. Driving right now, you know, obviously conditions couldn't even be considered good at this point.
No, it's getting worse as time goes on.
And yeah, the good thing is not a lot of folks have ventured out and about on the major surfaces. Tim, back to you.
All right, well, as that freezing rain moved in last night, a truck driver was killed. It was a single vehicle accident on Interstate 45 south of downtown Dallas. Truck jackknifed, hit a guardrail. The driver was thrown out of the cab, falling 40 feet onto the Interstate 30 ramp below. Sheriff's Department says a dog was also killed. Ice coating trees and roads all across Collin County. It has been hit especially hard, as we expected.
Yes, our winter storm coverage continues with Shannon Murray. She is live in Melissa for us, and I know it's cold this morning and the roads not looking too good. Shannon?
Right, it was definitely slick on our drive-in from Dallas this morning. We drove very slow, didn't see too many other cars on the road other than some sanding trucks and some power utility trucks as well. But we did have some freezing rain here just a short time ago. We've got a break right now, which is nice. But if we can zoom in, you can see the ground here just covered in a very thick layer of sleet. And these trees here also covered in ice, icicles hanging from all of the branches. That's what a lot of people are seeing across Collin County, across the Metroplex. And it was very loud for one neighbor when a large tree fell in his front yard. Yeah, Brandon Smith sent us this video from Plano. That's near Parker and Custer. He says he believes that tree that fell was about 30 years old.
The dog started barking and the tree fell on the ground, loud thud, woke us all up. I moved here just for the trees, so it's kind of sad to see it fall.
Well, here in Melissa, we saw several tree service trucks ready to go. They'll be working to cut down tree limbs that could be dangerous or may fall on any power lines. We talked to an officer here in Melissa this morning who said that's mostly what she's been responding to, some power outages, some downed trees, and of course, they're just reminding all drivers to stay home if possible because the roads are definitely slick. I mean, as we were driving in from Dallas this morning, we went about 30 miles per hour below the posted speed limit. Took us quite some time to get here. It was very slick, a little icy. We had that freezing rain coming down, so you just never know what you might encounter, and you want to be extra careful this morning if you have to be out. Back to you.
Yeah, and it's gotten worse since then, since you drove there, Shannon. Thank you so much. And I think a lot of people, too, in fact, tens of thousands of people without power this morning, and that means no heat, and we're going to stay in the 20s today.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to go outside because the wind chill is going to be nasty. Ice on trees and power lines, likely to blame for those power outages. Brandon is live with more.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Electric delivery company Encore says the majority of the problems that they're seeing this morning are here in the Metroplex and also northwest of the Metroplex. As you mentioned, all of that ice accumulation is weighing down those tree limbs and then causing them to snap onto power lines. Oncor is reporting more than 27,000 of its customers are without power here in North Texas in our viewing area. That includes more than 2,600 in Dallas County. Collin County has the most, with more than 12,000 customers in the dark. In Tarrant County, more than 1,900 customers are dealing with power loss, as well as more than 2,200 in Denton County. Oncor says it has crews working this morning, and they've got crews on standby as well. In a media call, the Public Utility Commission said customers likely won't have their power cut off intentionally like it was last year.
We don't anticipate any rolling blackouts at all, and we have a multitude of tools to utilize to ensure that we make sure that every resource is brought to bear before we ask Texans to conserve power.
So the idea is if we can take our crews and position them all over the state of Texas throughout our service territory, that's west to Pecos, east to Tyler, north to the Red River, and south to Red Rock.
That's Jen Myers with Oncor there. So if you see several Oncor service trucks sitting in a parking lot, that's what they're doing. They're waiting there just in case a community would lose power. They'd be right there ready to respond. ERCOT says the real test for the power grid will be Friday morning. That's when energy demand is expected to hit its peak. Of course, Texans are getting help from more than 1,700 utility workers from Missouri, the Carolinas, even the Gulf states, including Florida. Brandon Todd for Good Day.
It is 10 minutes after 6 o'clock on this icy Thursday. The leader of an extremist militia group took the Fifth Amendment when talking to the committee investigating the attack on the Capitol, but he was not completely silent.
Well, some of us are wishing we took a trip somewhere else, somewhere warmer. Bad weather forcing canceled flights at Love Field and DFW Airport. We'll take a closer look.
Wind chill on this Thursday morning, right around 10 degrees now. It's going to go down from there into the single digits. Not that it makes that much difference. Evan and Kylie tracking the winter storm, and next up, the approaching very cold air.